going to the proctor and we're gonna take a test. Let's talk about what it actually looks like to take the test. So for this video, I've created a pretend class and I put in a practice exam like it was a real exam. Notice right here it has a timer telling you that it's a 50-minute exam. So that's how you know if you click on it, you're going to start your 50 minutes. So don't go into the exam until it's time. Specifically until you've started the recording so that we can have a record of taking the exam. When you click on it, it says, by the way, you have 50 minutes. Are you sure you want to start? And when it's time, you say, yeah, I'm ready. Let's go. Couple of things to notice. It says submit as you go along. That's because if the power goes out, you don't want to lose your assignment, especially when the timer's counting down. And here it is right over here in the corner. And it's this nice little blue thing. You can click on it and say, hey, go away, I don't want to see you as much. When your timer gets down to like the last 5 minutes, it'll turn bright red just to try to stress you out a little bit more. You'll notice the print assignment button. It is set to tell me if you printed the assignment, and you're not supposed to print it until after the exam is released, which will be Monday at noon. Request extension is what do you do if you miss the deadline, which it says Friday, September 11th, because I'm making this video. But the point is, if you have a problem, let me know. And let's look at some of these questions. Notice, for example, here we need a z-score. We want the probability between two numbers, so we're going to need two z-scores. This is a way of assigning partial credit. Can you get these z-scores right? Now, I'm going to put in the wrong answer. And of course, I'm going to submit frequently so that WebAssign knows what I've got. It doesn't tell me if it's right or wrong. Later, I'll show you what it looks like from the other side. I specially used 0 and 1 because I know the area between these two should be 0.3413. So these z-scores are wrong, but this part is correct based off those z-scores. And so later I'll show you, it'll mark these guys as wrong, but it'll mark this one as being correct because it is correct based off the z-scores. Over here, I just worked out the z-score. The z-score is negative 10.6. Woo, that's a big z-score. One of those questions, huh? Okay, I'm going to pretend that I forgot the negative, and so I'm going to put in 10.666. Okay, so that answer right there is technically wrong because it should have been the negative. What's the probability of getting it that age or younger? Well, had it been the negative side, we'd be clear off to the left. Probability being less than is 0. Because it's clear on the positive side, I'm going to accidentally take the area above, which is 0. So this would have been the correct answer if I had done the z-score correctly. Because I messed up on the z-score, this is no longer the correct answer. So I'll show you in a minute how it marks those and does some partial credit. I'm going to go ahead and just randomly answer a bunch of stuff so that I can show you what happens at the end. Oh, look, there's always a funny question. Here's what those tree diagram questions look like. So whichever method you're using, there should be an answer for you. I'm just randomly picking the first because I want to get this done without really looking at it. Then what do? Well, if you submit the answer, it submits it. It also submits all the other answers I have. It did not. It erased it. Really? That's annoying. So submit your answers. If I do a submit assignment, does it do all of them? I just went too fast. That's the problem. Had I gone a little slower, it would have saved those. Submit assignment takes you back to where you were. And this is really frustrating for students. What you want is a little window to pop up and say, hey, you're all done. This little thing right here that says this question was submitted, I actually hacked that. That's not part of WebAssign. That's just me making questions. So you can submit your assignment. You can save assignment progress. You can submit questions. It actually is all the same thing. Submit everything I've got. And if I hadn't gone so fast, it would have saved that one. So when you're done, you want it to say, congrats, you're done. It really doesn't. You just say, all right, I guess I'm done here. And then you can go. What does it look like when it's getting graded? Well, I had to make it past due. But now you can see, oh, it looks like I guessed lucky on some of those multiple choice questions. Let's look at what's here. Now, the key is right up here. So I got to press view key for it to show it to me. And now I can see what the correct answer was. These ones I was guessing on, but here this one's important. Here, see how it was positive 10 and I had the negative 10? If you click on the points, I got 4 out of 10 points on that because it's a reasonable mistake. It's wrong. That's okay. This one, the correct answer, given the z-score you put in, should have been 1. So 0 would have been the correct answer with the negative 10.67. It's not the correct answer with the positive 10.67. So this is a way of trying to give you partial credit. I'll bet if I scroll, oh, look here. See this? 0.5, 0.5. In other words, really low partial credit. I mean, at least it's a probability between 0 and 1, but these answers just don't make sense. So you didn't get partial credit. If you get low credit and it turns out that you did something reasonable, shoot me an email and say, hey, this is what I did. And I can go in and program it and say, okay, this is how much partial credit that should deserve. All right, you should be ready to go take that test, and good luck.